So did you guys, is anybody still have a New Year's resolution? Anyone? No, it's almost Easter, huh? It's hard, right? It's hard keeping a New Year's resolution. I kind of feel like New Year's resolutions are kind of like marriage vows. You really mean them when you say them, but hardly anyone can keep them. Yeah, that's right. I have been married twice. You can actually get worse at something. Yes. But a little bit about me. I'm a single mom. Yes. Thank you. And you know what's hard about being a parent? You have to pretend to enjoy all those things your kids enjoy. Like kids' birthday parties, play dates, their father. But I do surprisingly well on dating apps. And I think it's because my profile says that I don't want kids. And then I find out it's because I have 4. And I know 4 sounds like a lot, and it is, but I love being a mom. And you know what they say about having kids? It's a lot like making pancakes. First one's kind of fucked up. Probably should have thrown it away. Ooh, a lot of first pancakes out there. But I think it's more like eating pancakes. You always regret having your 4th one. Yeah, I'm kind of full too. My first pancake heard this joke recently, and she was not happy with me. I mean, she was downright pissed. She disinvited me from her wedding. And I was like, honey, you're so young. You don't understand. You don't get redos of special days like weddings in your life. Unless you're me, then you get a couple. So did you guys know it's the Chinese calendar is Year of the Cougar? I mean tiger. Yeah. You know, oh gosh, I just lost my train of thought. And I had something epic to say, like went to a black hole. You know, I guess it's because it's Sunday. Are there more excuses I could use? It really was something great, I promise. You know, it's been hard for everybody during all this pandemic. You know, we finally not wearing masks, yay, right? Ooh. But now I have to learn how to socialize again. But you know, the beginning of that phase, it was even harder as a parent. You know, I mean, we used to sit down at the table and say grace, and now we just say fuck it. And my youngest, like, she really is one of those kids that craves structure and rules. And right at the beginning, she came up to me and she told me that she wanted me to have a swear jar. And I was like, I'll pay you $20 to shut the fuck up about the swear jar. And she was like, how about 80? And I was like, I have taught you some fucking things. It was even hard parenting my older kids, like my 19-year-old son. I used to be like, when are you going to stop smoking weed? And now I'm like, when are you going to come home with weed? You know, and then there was another upside for me too, especially at the beginning. I didn't have to lie to my youngest, the 11-year-old, about why I didn't want to take her to Disneyland. Because, you know, when you're a parent in Southern California and you can afford to go and take your kids, you're like the Grinch if you don't. It's like a spiritual journey for kids. That's why I used to tell her that the park was in Massachusetts. But I think the real reason I hate the rides at Disneyland is because they remind me of a map of all my failed relationships. Take the Splash Mountain ride, right? Reminds me of all my hookups. I mean, never as wet as I thought I would be. And God, I wish there were any pictures. And the Small World ride, it reminds me of divorce. I mean, it takes forever, you're in the dark, and at the end of the day, I'm just stuck with a bunch of singing children. I can still hear them. It's a world of lawyers, a world of tears. It's a world of secrets and wasted years. There's so much that we share that it's time to beware. Why did I ask for full custody? You didn't know you were getting impromptu karaoke tonight. Did you know they don't serve alcohol at Disneyland? You would if you were a parent, all right? They try to sell California Adventure as a separate theme park. It's just a bar for grown-ups. I mean, we would go there if there was just a keg and a tire swing. And thank you. That part of my set was brought to you by Knott's Berry Farm. I'm on the wrong side of 30 and 40. But when you get to be my age, you learn a lot of things. Like, the best pickup line for a woman over 40 is, let me see your ID. That's how I ended up sleeping with 6 cashiers from Trader Joe's. What? I love a man in a Hawaiian shirt. Do I see a Hawaiian shirt back there?
Yes.
Woo! I love it. Give him a round of applause. So, I mentioned New Year's before. I think I'm kind of stuck on that. I think some people hate New Year's because it reminds them they're another year older, like a birthday, right? But not me. I'm still vibrant. I'm still fun. I'm still dating 26-year-olds. But, yeah, they're a lot more fun. But they are a lot more fun. But the downside of dating a younger guy is, there's always an expiration date. Because they're bound to do something stupid, say something insensitive, get grounded. Yeah, it's inevitable. But young guys, do hit on me a lot, and they'll be like, please, 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 I've been so good. I'm like, what am I, Santa? And I'm like, ho, 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 maybe I am Santa. But they're bringing all the presents. I think I'll end on this. There was one more, kind of upside to the pandemic for me. It gave me a great excuse to just completely give up on dating apps because I really didn't want to worry about COVID and herpes at the same time. It's a lot. It's a lot to think about. But I already really hated dating apps. I feel like they turned people into the equivalent of fast food. They're not good for you, but they're hot and available right now. Like this one guy I dated. He was just like Chick-fil-A. Warm, delicious, but my gay friends were not having it. And this other guy, he was just like Subway, a foot long, but kind of weird with my kid. And the last guy, whoa, yeah, Jerry fans out there, whoa. And the last guy, he was truly a happy meal. He left a smile on my face, but the toy was the best part. I'm MaggieHyde, your host for Maggies Mashup tonight.